Hey there, welcome back. So today we will proceed further and check couple of more interesting stuff. Now in our last video we have encountered with a issue. The issue was if we skip initializing any of the property and try to run this run method directly, then there was a issue, and the issue was null pointer exception, right? So there was some issue going on when we were trying to run the run method directly, right? So in order to fix this issue, we can do couple of things. Let me comment out all of these initialization calls that will give you a proper understanding. Alright, so now moving forward, let us navigate to this car.java file, and in here we would be adding some default values to these properties. Now let us give the default values as door equals to opened, then driver as absent, then engine as off and driver as absent. So little mistake out there, driver as absent and speed equals to 0 maybe. Alright, so now if we navigate to this particular method and directly run this program, then there won't be any crash and we would be able to see a proper output of not running, which is perfect. Now this is one solution, and there is yet another recommended solution, and the solution is nothing but making use of constructor. So let's get started with constructor. Now what is constructor? Constructor is nothing but a method, and the name of the method is exactly same as the name of the class. So let's add that. So I will type in public car, and here is our constructor. Now note that the name of this method and the name of the class is exactly same. Apart from that, we are not making use of any return type, so constructor doesn't return any value. Alright, so now moving forward, in here we would be initializing the value of these properties. So what is the specialty of a constructor? Whenever we create an object, the constructor method would be called automatically. So we need not to worry about calling the constructor method. As a result, we can definitely do the initialization stuff inside the constructor. So let's get rid of these default values, and let us also fix the placement. The placement for these properties should be before the constructor. That's a recommended and good practice. Now let's initialize these four properties. So I will type in doors equals to opened, and let me pause this video while I initialize remaining three properties. Now friends, we have added the defaults for these properties in here, and which is good. Now whenever we would be creating any object using the default constructor, definitely these defaults would be initialized, which is a very good thing. And moving forward, let us again check whether our program is working properly or not. So here is the output, which is again a very good thing. Now, is there any way to initialize these properties using custom values? And we need not to call these set door, set driver, set engine and set speed method for giving a custom value. Is there any way? Well, there is a way, and the way is based on a constructor. Again, let me show you that. First of all, let me get rid of these statement, and we would be directly creating a custom object with custom values in this property. So that would be amazing. Now I would be also showing you a trick how we can create a constructor. Simply right click, navigate to source, and in here there is this option of generate constructor using field. Click on this option, and in here are the fields. We would require to create a constructor using all of these four fields. So we will keep them selected, and then moving forward we will click on OK. And now we have a constructor which is auto generated, which is perfect that some of our work is automatically done by Eclipse. And in here definitely we are making use of this operator, and everything seems to be good enough. We won't require call to the super method. What is a super method? Super method is called to a constructor of the parent class. So that is something you must know. And moving forward, let's create an object based on this constructor. Now friends, in here we are also overloading constructor. So overloading of the constructor is very much possible, and this is in front of you. And let's get started and create a custom object based on this custom constructor. Alright, so in here, whenever we are creating a new object, we can also pass in some values. So let's do that. What would be the values? Values would be string door. So we will give the value for door as closed maybe. Then engine is on. Then driver is what we say seated. And then finally speed is maybe 10. Now if we execute this program, then the output is not running. There might be some kind of issue. Alright, so in here there is a typo. Alright, let me rerun this program, and here we go. And finally we are able to show the state as running using simply 2 lines of statements in our main method. Alright, so this is fantastic, that how we can do stuff using a classes and object mechanism. Definitely we will look into these concepts in greater detail when we will proceed further and check out more concept. Now classes and objects are core concept, and slowly you would be able to understand these methodology in a greater detail. Alright, so this was it for today's lecture. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and do practice and do experiment with classes and object. These concepts are little tricky to understand to start with, but later down the line when you will grow old in Java, you will definitely feel the need of classes and object and why things are laid in this way, and how the mechanism works in a perfect sync with other components in Java. You would be able to understand the power of Java when you will grow old in Java as well. So Java is simply amazing, and there is a lot more to Java which we will see in our forthcoming videos.